So guys, it finally happened. We finally have the moment to start this series and have this conversation about booster boxes, about PC ETBs, about the stuff that you guys actually want to either collect or invest in long term. With the market acting the way that it is right now, it's incredibly important to have this conversation and to set the groundwork up for what we're going to be doing on this channel in the coming weeks and months and however long this continues. Now, this is something that I've wanted to do for quite a while. The market's kind of in this weird spot right now where it's really important to pay attention about what's happening because we could be on the verge of either a massive uptick again in the continued growth or it could go downwards. So in this video, what I'm going to do is give you guys the background on a spreadsheet that I created to track the quantity and the price of all of the booster boxes in one file or one spreadsheet, so that we can follow along in the coming weeks on things that we want to either collect or invest in or anything. It's really important to surround ourselves with knowledge right now so that we can better prepare ourselves for what's to come. And with the uncertainty that is the rest of the year, with prices kind of going up and down and up and down and up and down and kind of stagnating, I said the word, oh my God, we need to educate ourselves and we need to at least have like a one-stop shop where we have everything. So again, we're going to spend this video here doing kind of like the bare bones work. This is week 0, if you want to call it week 0. I made something where I have all of the Scarlet Violet plus the Mega Evolutions booster boxes with the current quantity and the price, and then last week's price with it. And we'll kind of break it down and I'll show you guys some trends. And at the very end, we're going to get into what is happening with Mega Evolutions because the second wave of Mega Evolutions booster boxes and other product has hit distribution. It has gone to the local game stores and stuff. And there are places around me that got it and some other places that didn't. So we're going to talk about it because the price is going all over the place. And I'm sure you guys are interested in that. With that said, my name is Steve. This is Steel City Stacks. If you are new, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you, regardless if you've been here or not, for watching and clicking this video. It means a lot. We're going to get into some really good stuff in this video with a lot of key visuals. Thank you to the people that pointed out stuff that want to see more visuals. I really appreciate the feedback. Anything you guys give me to make this channel better is greatly appreciated. So with that, let's get into it. So guys, I did forget one thing because I was just so excited to talk about the booster boxes and what we're going to be doing on this channel. I made a video about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, talking about cards that I'm going to be collecting for the rest of 2025. And I managed to pick up one of them today at my local card store, and it's this guy right here. This full art Gengar from Temporal Forces. I am super, super excited to have this. I got it for $36, which sounds like a lot, but I really like the artwork on this card. It's a OG 151 Pokemon. It's very popular. We are getting the eventual Gengar SIR, so I figured this one would be something good to pick up. I'm kind of putting my money where my mouth is from that video, but I just wanted to tell you guys I'm going to be showing you everything that I'm able to get from that video. Hopefully before the end of 2025 here. But yeah, we'll talk about the booster boxes now. Okay, so we are going to lay the groundwork on what exactly this is going to do and what we're hoping to accomplish. I kind of gave like a very quick bare bones explanation of this, but I was just chilling on Sunday morning, the 19th of October, and I was watching a Rudy video from Rudy from Alpha Investments. I was watching his video about the second release of Mega Evolutions, and I highly encourage you guys go and watch that. It is definitely worth the 30 minutes of your time for sure. Everything he talks about is incredibly true, from the business standpoint to the overall collecting standpoint, the long-term investing, everything. There's a lot of his stuff that's like super sarcastic and you have to kind of like think, like, is he telling the truth? This one, not so much. This one was very good. Again, go and watch it. I'm sure this video will make a lot more sense after this. No, this video is not inspired by him. I just wanted to do this for a long time. I want this to be a one-stop shop for booster box information, prices, quantity, and everything like that. So what we're going to do is update a spreadsheet that I made that I will show in a few minutes here about the quantity and the price per week of everything involving Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet, and then Mega Evolutions, which, you know, we haven't even gotten Phantasmal Flames yet. So the Mega Evolutions one's lumped in with the Scarlet Violet, but you guys will see. Because it's important to have the conversation about quantity versus price and the relationship between the two. Because often we just talk about what prices are doing in the last week. And there are a couple of YouTubers that do a pretty phenomenal job talking about stuff like this. I mean, like Pokebeard's been doing it for how long? I personally like Pokepond over in the UK. I've been enjoying his content quite a bit. He posts something usually every Saturday, and it talks about everything. It's about an hour long video every week, but it's fantastic. It's a lot more detailed than what this is going to be. But there's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff out there that talks like solely price, but we don't really talk like quantity. And I think that's such a big kind of important factor that we just don't really kind of understand as a community. And I don't mean that in a slight, like I'm sure people are smart enough to know like what quantity means for a market and stuff like that, like scarcity and the rest. But to see it quantified and to see it put in like a graphical format, I think is really important because, and again, I mentioned it in the intro, I've gotten feedback about how, you know, I just really sit here behind a camera and talk, but visuals are important. And I understand that. I recognize that sometimes it's a little difficult for me to find time to make visuals for these just because my time is so kind of sacred, or not really sacred, but, you know, it's important. And I try and manage my time the best I can. Regardless, you guys need to be able to come and watch these every single week and understand what exactly we are going to be talking about. And that you can just kind of like zip to the parts that you want. Everything will be divided by a chapter. And you're going to be able to see like, okay, well, is Mega Evolutions hot right now? Is it going down? Is Destiny Rivals going up and down? Is Black and White going up and down? And et cetera, and what's really happening. So when I flip the camera around, this video is going to be pretty short in terms of like that explanation. And again, we'll get into the Mega Evolutions. It's the one thing we're going to talk about. But I'm going to show you how everything's set up, how the graphs are going to look, how, you know, each thing is going to look with, you know, the set having the quantity and then the price and then just everything. It's going to be like a 2-line type of like graph. But just keep in mind in this video, it is going to be like very bare bones because we are starting from, again, week 0, where this is like our entry point for data. It's really difficult to go on TCGPlayer, which is what the standard we're going to use because that's what most people use. It's really difficult to find TCGPlayer quantities in the past. Like they don't keep track of that really. You can go and calculate how many were sold, but then you don't know how many were listed because you can take down listings without it selling. So we don't really know. And what I'm going to do is every Sunday around the same time, I'm going to get the information and I'm going to, again, quantify it on Excel, put it in that spreadsheet, and then present it to you guys. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to see, you know, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense and why it doesn't make sense. And then, you know, fill in the blanks. So it's going to be like a really kind of like teaching moment for sure. And I apologize if in advance, if I make things sound a little more simple than they probably need to be. I just learned that in my years of working, it's really a good idea to explain things pretty thoroughly but methodically on a level that may be like, I don't want to say beneath myself, but, you know, just all encompassing. So everyone, regardless of their either retention levels or, you know, ability to pick up information or whatever it may be, that everyone has a fair shot of learning the same thing. So I hope you guys be patient, especially in this video with this explanation. You know, I just want this to be all inclusive for everybody. And I just want this to be, again, the one-stop shop that we keep coming back to so that we can learn from it. So the bare bones explanation, the bare bones, like, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. That's what this is. Again, we'll get to it here in another minute, but just wanted to explain it. Let me know down below too, just, you know, from what I said and what I'm about to say here in this video, on any suggestions you guys have of specific things that you either want to see or want to hear about. That's really important to me. Like I said, the feedback's been super positive and incredibly, you know, constructive, which I really appreciate. So keep that up down in the comments below. It means the world to me. With that said, let's flip it around and let's get into the very first topic. All right, guys. So this is the spreadsheet that I made. You can see we are talking down here. This is just Scarlet Violet booster boxes and then the specialty ETBs. And this is going to look a little bit similar to a non-TCG's version of this, just slightly, but different because we're talking like quantities. But let's run through this really quick so you guys can understand. So we have every set named Scarlet Violet from base all the way through Mega Evolutions. Yes, I know Mega Evolutions is its own era, just we're lumping it in here for the sake of it just not being its own page right now. When Phantasmal Flames comes out, it'll be its own separate page, but for now, it's here. Then we have 151, Fates, Fabled, Shrouded Fable, Prismatic, Black Bolt, White Flare. Those are the specialty ETBs. You can see the current quantity here in this column. The previous quantity, which that actually shouldn't be 0. There's nothing there. And then your change, which let's just say there's 350. Okay. As we see, oh, there's a 7.4% increase in quantity listed. So just keep that in mind. Okay. You have the current price in this column, the previous price here, and then the percent change in the price, just percent out of 100, of course. I color coded it just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see here. For my audio listeners, we'll kind of like list everything per week, but pause the video at any time. You guys will be able to kind of see this and see what we're talking about. I'm going to scroll over here real quick. This is going to be what happens next week, which will be on October 26th. You can see this column, it just references, the current quantity from the previous week. That's under the previous quantity column. And then we'll just input these pretty much every single week. I like that blue so that we know, okay, we're putting the current ones in here. Those don't need to be there. So let's jump back over here and then we'll talk into Mega Evolutions. The quantity, the discussion we will kind of get into in the next video in this series about why quantity is important, but we'll touch on it just a little bit when we flip to the Mega Evolutions because it'll be a nice little appetizer. You guys can see base, Scarlet Violet base, Paldea Evolved, Paradox Rift, Twilight Masquerade, Surging Sparks, the enhanced version of Journey Together, Mega Evolutions especially, Paldea and Fates, they have all lost some percentage. There's been, from what I can see, slightly more put on the market, so these things are selling. But you're talking like, within 5% for the most part. Paradox Rift is down 7.86%. I'll kind of highlight that really quickly, actually. I have it right here. Just let the page load for a second. You guys can see here that Paradox has fallen pretty sharply since September, 29th. When the price went all the way up to 325, we're currently down to 275, which is to be expected. If you blow out the graph a little bit, you can see it's just completely selling right back down to this point of 259. It'll probably stop around like 200 and like say 60, 265, and then it'll probably just kind of keep going up. And then you'll eventually see that it's going to just continue in this diagonal line here. But let's go back to the to the spreadsheet here. So the one that you guys probably want to talk about the most is Mega Evolutions. And it's really important to look at this because there's currently 1,322 booster boxes of Mega Evolution on the TCGPlayer market. Then that's it. It's just TCGPlayer. It's not eBay. It's nothing else. So keep that in mind. The price previously from the last Sunday, so 7 days ago, was $308. It is now down to $279.88. That is about, $28 roughly from its high or from its previous point, whatever. It's down 9.23%. We're talking quantity, right? I don't want you guys to necessarily look at this graph that TCGPlayer has because it's a little bit confusing, but I want you guys to pay attention to this part down here because this is where the bread is buttered, as they say. In TCGPlayer, they have little symbols under each seller category. And I want you guys to see this is a certified hobby shop. This little gold star thing is just a gold star seller. It means that you sell a certain amount of product in a certain amount of time and your feedback is at least 99.5%. So, separates the real people from the fake people, like this guy here, 100% feedback rate, but only one sale. So chances are someone's probably not going to buy from that person over someone else. But what's important is this certified hobby shop, and you will see if you look over, they have 89 listed at $279.88 currently, and that this is at 3:07 p.m. Okay, so what's important is you're seeing, this certified hobby shop right below $279.99. This one down here, they have 54 listed. They're around $281.98. Plant City Card Shop, they have one listed, $282.95. Shopkeepers Trove, they have 11 listed at $283.99. And what you're seeing is you're seeing a bunch of listings, like an absolute crap ton. Like it actually will tell you how many listings there are. 140 listings as of this moment. 1,321 currently available, which I think is slightly different. I probably just changed. Yeah, one sold. Since I actually hit play on this. But what's important is seeing, these hobby shops and understanding they have to make money. They have to pay off their credit card debts. They have to be able to do the things to keep their doors open. Running a local game store, card store, whatever you want to call it, is very expensive. And because of that, they have to sell and they have to undercut the market to push product out of the door. Like, I bet you if you look tomorrow, this person's going to have, like, what do you think? Maybe, I don't know, 20 left, 30, 40 left, if that. Half of those are going to get wiped out. Half of those 89 boxes are going to get wiped out. Absolutely. Because it's not just Pokemon that's, a selling IP or intellectual property. These brick and mortar stores, they sell One Piece, they sell Lorcana, they sell Magic, they sell Yu-Gi-Oh, they sell Flesh and Blood. And if you guys haven't been paying attention, like, I know this is a Pokemon channel, but the Spider-Man set from Magic the Gathering obviously did not do as people expected, and it's not worth as much. There's probably thousands of videos on that at this point. The new release of Flesh and Blood didn't do as well as they thought it was going to do. So these card stores and brick and mortars, they have to raise capital somehow. And if that means they're listing Pokemon booster boxes at $279.88 on the secondary market, that's probably what's going to happen. And this is just, it happens over and over and over and over and over again. Wait until Phantasmal Flames comes out in November. You're going to see the same thing. You're going to see this graph, right? Start up top here, and then this was the release, guys. The price went all the way down, and then, I'm sorry, that's not the release. But it hit a low and then came back up, and then you can see upon release, all of these sold. And now, because we're getting waived release, the prices are crashing because, like, the product's coming to the market. Quantity, this right here, is going up. So because of that, the price is inevitably going down because the market is getting flooded with product. Supply is able to meet demand relatively, and it's holding up for now. Now, as that number dries up, those prices will eventually go up. Cut back to the spreadsheet here, and you look at, like, Temporal Forces, one of my favorites. There's 99 currently listed. 99 Temporal Forces. Let's go to Temporal Forces here, which I know I have up. So Temporal Forces, again, 99 of them listed. Lowest listed right now from an actual, like, legit seller, $281.97. There's only one that the person has, excuse me. There's a certified game store down here at $285.99. They have two of them. That's significantly more than this and the rest. Like, quantity. Now, there's only 99 of them. This graph has gone nothing but up because product is just getting eaten up. And that is your first lesson on this, guys. Quantity and price go hand in hand. I don't have the ability right now to show you guys, like, a graphical representation because we just don't have the numbers, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to put them all down here in this area below this quantification by date, and I will show you guys the difference in each set and overall of what quantity and what price does to each other. When quantity goes up, price follows down, and when quantity goes down, price goes up. And you're going to see these lines crisscross and go over top of one another as things progress. So be on the lookout for that. As for Mega Evolutions itself, let's cut back to Mega Evolutions. This price is probably going to continue to fall as we near like what, 1100 boxes probably, just based off of this number right here and here. I mean, just doing quick math in my head here, that's about 160 boxes, give or take, maybe. So as soon as that number hits 1200, 12 or 1150, we'll probably see the price kind of start to go back up because it's suddenly going to, get gobbled up. Like the product's going to get gobbled up. And who knows if people are going to buy it at this price? I would assume, but that's that's like a future conversation that we'll have. But again, I just wanted to showcase this because as these local game stores and brick and mortars get their allocations in, this number is going to continue to fall because more product goes to the market. If this number then goes up, right? If more people are listing their product, if more brick and mortars are listing their product on these websites and this number goes up, that price will just continue to go down because these stores are going to continuously undercut one another to raise capital because they have credit card bills that they have to pay, and it's almost the end of the month. Pay attention to what is happening around you guys. I'm telling you, be aware of the surroundings, be aware of, people have bills that they need to pay, about what time of the month that it is, and that bills might be due in a couple days or a couple weeks. All of this stuff is super, super important. With that said, be on the lookout for this whole series. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get into it. We'll come back next week and we'll plot our first 2 data points. I'll be able to show you guys even more, and we'll recap absolutely everything and break it down week by week, month by month, until we eventually just get sick of it. And that's the end of that, right? So guys, I hope that was at least a little bit informative and it can kind of explain some of the things that we are going to be doing with this series. I am very excited to be able to share this with you guys, and we'll find a way to kind of make it a little bit more engaging and entertaining as we kind of progress and make this like its own standalone thing. But again, it's really difficult to explain absolutely everything with just very like minimum data points. So with that said, be on the lookout in the next like coming weeks, because we'll have so much more information to be able to put. The graphs will look a little bit more clean, and I can always export those and put them in this video and kind of, tease it in the intros and stuff like that. But again, it's really important that you guys just are like familiarize yourself with information like this, because it just helps so much with what you want to collect, what you want to invest in, whatever you want to do in this hobby. There's so many different avenues and aspects that you can go down, and it all really depends on your knowledge and your skill set. So again, be on the lookout for that in the coming weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun to make this the type of content. I'm very excited. You guys seem to enjoy this a little bit more than some of the other stuff that I do. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Again, feedback always appreciated down below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this content actionable and entertaining and enjoyable and all that stuff. It definitely does help. Share it with your friends. Do what you feel like is necessary. But yeah, a lot more to come in the future. This is going to be a fun one. I will catch you guys in the next one later this week.